You want to eat better, exercise more, sleep earlier, drink more water, meditate, read, meal prep, and completely transform your life, all starting Monday. Sound familiar? You know what happened by Wednesday? You're overwhelmed, you've given up, and you're back to square one. But what if I told you there's a different way? What if changing everything didn't require changing everything? What if there was just one habit that could trigger all the others? Hey, I'm Jayden, and I've got your raw daily fuel for today. Listen, I get it. You look at people who seem to have it all together. They exercise regularly, eat clean, have energy, look great, and you think they must be doing 100 different things right. So you try to copy all of it at once. New diet, new workout routine, new sleep schedule, new everything. And within days, maybe weeks, if you're really determined, it all falls apart. But here's what those people actually did. They didn't change everything at once. They found what scientists call a Keystone habit. One simple practice that naturally triggered positive change in other areas of their lives. Today, I want to teach you how to find your Keystone habit and watch it transform everything else. Let's talk about what a Keystone habit actually is, because this concept will change how you approach transformation forever. A Keystone habit is like the first domino in a chain. You tip one, and it automatically sets off a cascade of other positive change without you having to think about them. Think about it like this. When you brush your teeth in the morning, you don't have to convince yourself to do it. You don't need willpower, you just do it. And it naturally leads to other hygiene habits. That's a Keystone habit in action, even though you might not realize it. The most powerful Keystone habit I've discovered. Morning movement, just 5 minutes. I'm not talking about an hour-long workout or running a marathon. I'm talking about 5 minutes of intentional movement when you first wake up. It could be stretching, dancing to one song, doing jumping jacks, or just walking around your house. 5 minutes. Now let me show you the magic that happens when you make this your Keystone habit. When you move your body first thing in the morning, you're not just exercising, you're setting off a chain reaction that affects your entire day. First, you feel accomplished before most people even open their eyes. You've already won the first decision of your day. That feeling of success, it makes you want to make another good choice. So you drink water instead of reaching straight for coffee. Good choice number 2. Then you notice you have a little more energy, a little more clarity. So when you're getting breakfast, you find yourself choosing something nutritious instead of just grabbing whatever's easiest. You didn't plan to eat better. It just felt like the natural next step. Good choice number 3. Throughout the day, you have this quiet confidence that comes from knowing you showed up for yourself before the world started demanding things from you. That confidence affects how you handle stress, how you interact with people, even how you carry yourself. By evening, you're feeling so good that you actually want to go to bed at a reasonable time so you can do it again tomorrow. You see what happened there? One 5-minute habit triggered better hydration, better nutrition, better mood, better stress management, and better sleep. That's the power of a Keystone habit. It's not just about the habit itself, it's about who you become when you practice it consistently. Here's something fascinating about human psychology. One positive choice makes the next positive choice easier. Scientists call this momentum psychology. And when you do something good for yourself, your brain gets a little hit of satisfaction and wants to repeat that feeling. But it works the other way too. When you make a negative choice, it becomes easier to make the next negative choice. You sleep through your alarm, so you skip breakfast and grab fast food. You feel sluggish from the poor food choice, so you skip the gym. You feel guilty about skipping the gym, so you stress it in the evening. You go to bed late, feeling disappointed in yourself, which makes it harder to wake up early tomorrow. Negative momentum. The beautiful thing about Keystone habits is they interrupt negative momentum and create positive momentum instead. That morning movement isn't just exercise, it's a declaration. It's you telling yourself and the world that You're the kind of person who takes care of themselves. And once you make that declaration to action, your brain starts looking for ways to be consistent with that identity. Now, here's the part that trips up most people. They think they need to go from 0 to 100 immediately. They want to transform their entire life in the first week. But that's not how lasting change works. Lasting change comes from consistency, not intensity. I'd rather you move for 5 minutes every single day for a month than work out intensely for 2 hours once a week. You know why? Because consistency builds identity and intensity builds burnout. When you do something small every day, you start to see yourself as the kind of person who does that thing. When you move every morning for a week, you start to think, I'm someone who exercises. And when you do it for a month, it becomes, I'm a person who prioritizes their health. When you do it for 3 months, it's just who you are. But when you go all out once a week, you're still the person who occasionally works out when they feel motivated. There's no identity shift, no momentum, no compound effect, just sporadic bursts of effort followed by guilt and giving up. This is why % daily beats 100% monthly every single time. Small, consistent action create massive change over time because they change how you see yourself. And when your identity shifts, your behavior follows automatically. Speaking of identity, let's talk about the most underrated aspect of habit formation, the promise you make to yourself. Every time you say you're going to do something and then do it, you build self-trust. Every time you say you're going to do something and don't do it, you erode self-trust. When you choose a Keystone habit, you're not just choosing an action, you're choosing to become someone who keeps promise to themselves. That's powerful beyond measure, because when you know deep down that you can trust yourself to follow through, everything changes. You start setting bigger goals because you believe you'll actually work toward them. You make bolder decisions because you trust yourself to handle the consequence. You show up differently in relationship because you're dealing with someone who respects themselves enough to do what they say they'll do. But it starts small. It starts with proving to yourself that when you say you'll move for 5 minutes tomorrow morning, you actually will. And then the next day and the next. Each kept promise is evidence that you're becoming the person you want to be. Here's what I want you to understand about this process. The habit itself, the 5 minutes of movement, that's not the real goal. The real goal is the person you become by practicing it consistently. The confidence, the momentum, the self-trust, the identity shift, that's what transforms your life. The 5 minutes of movement just happen to be the vehicle that gets you there. So let's bring this all together. First, you don't need to change everything to change everything. Find one keystone habit that naturally triggers other positive behavior. Second, morning movement is the most powerful keystone habit because it affects energy, mood, confidence, and decision making for the entire day. Third, focus on consistency over intensity. 1% daily beats 100% monthly because it builds identity, not just momentum. Fourth, every kept promise to yourself builds self-trust. Every broken promise erodes it. Choose a habit so small that keeping the promise feels inevitable, then watch how that success spills over into other areas of your life. Here's your challenge, and I want you to start tomorrow morning. Set your alarm 5 minutes earlier than usual. When it goes off, don't think, don't negotiate, don't check your phone. Get up and move your body for 5 minutes. Dance, stretch, do jumping jack, walk around, doesn't matter. Just move. Do it for 7 days straight. Just 7 days. Don't worry about anything else. Don't change your diet. Don't start a new workout routine. Don't overhaul your entire life. Just focus on this one keystone habit and watch what happens naturally. I guarantee you'll be amazed at the ripple effects. You'll find yourself making better choices throughout the day without even trying. You'll have more energy, better mood, and a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you showed up for yourself. That's your raw daily fuel for today. If this gave you hope that transformation doesn't have to be overwhelming, hit that subscribe button. We're here every single day with more practical wisdom to help you build the life you want, one habit at a time. Find your Keystone habit. Keep it simple, stay consistent, watch everything change. I'm Jayden, and I'll see you tomorrow. Let's keep building.